Hello traders and welcome back to the channel. As you can probably guess, in this video we're going to be doing the market forecast for the week of October 25th. In this video what we hope to do is highlight some of the best technical setups that we are currently eyeing up, and in this week there happens to be a really good couple, as well as the fundamental drivers that you should be aware of going into this week to be prepared. So without any further delay, let us get right into the video. So traders, thank you again for joining us this day. We're shortly going to get into the slideshow. So, as you can see, no news on Monday, and we're going to be starting off the week on Tuesday with some Australian dollar news at 8:30 p.m. Moving into Wednesday, 8:30 a.m. USD news, 10 a.m. Canadian dollar news, 11 a.m. Canadian dollar news, and tentative JPY news. Then on Thursday, some Euro news at 7:45 a.m. and some more Euro news at 8:30 a.m. and as well as USD. For Friday, nothing much except for Canadian dollar and USD news at 8:30 and tentative USD news for the Treasury currency report. So that's it in terms of the fundamental drivers in this upcoming week. Now let's move into the PMI numbers that were released last week. U.S. manufacturing PMI fell to 59.2 in October from 60.7 in September. This is the lowest reading since March of this year and well below market forecast of 60.3. But on the other hand, composite PMI numbers, which there is a difference, rose to 57.3 in October from 55 in the previous month. So this is some very sharp readings and very, very good, except for the decline in manufacturing PMI. Also in the news, the S&P 500 as of last week made it back to all-time highs, and in my opinion will continue to flourish and do well. So what exactly is the PMI number, you may be asking? As I have here for you on our chart and our slideshow, the Purchasing Managers Index, PMI, is a measure of the prevailing direction of economic trends in manufacturing specifically. The value and movements in the PMI and its components can provide useful insights into business decision makers, market analysts, and investors, and is a leading indicator for overall activity in the U.S. economic markets. So, now that we have PMI numbers out of the way, let us move into technical analysis in this upcoming week. So here we are on Ethereum. This is something we spoke about previously. As we entered into this resistance fractal, I said we may encounter some resistance. If you look at the daily, we obviously clearly bounced off of the top of this resistance fractal, and we've not yet broken through. But should we break through is a very bullish indicator for Ethereum. So I'm going to be keeping my eye on this. We may bounce lower and then break through, or we may just break through in the next couple of days. We'll have to play it out and see. But either way, I am very bullish on Ethereum, obviously still. Moving into NZDCHF, this was a trade we called out 2 weeks ago, if I remember correctly. Yep, about 2 weeks ago. And as you can see, this trade's worked out very, very well, hitting take profits, and looks like it will actually sustain that growth. We had a slight pullback, but that is obviously healthy in sustained trends, right? So I do think NZDCHF is going to be going much higher. My bias is bullish. GBPAUD, we called this for you last week. The trade never actually was validated, and it never was triggered, so you never entered this trade yet. And we came down a little bit lower than we anticipated. Regardless, the trade was never activated, so it doesn't matter. But what's interesting is we are now at the 127.2 level of our A wave, of our first wave in our corrective move. So this is an area of high probability of reversal, and I'm expecting prices to come off of this 127.2 support line, and also the low of this support line that we have in this wedge, come up, break this, and head much higher. If you want to take a very aggressive and risky trade, you could look for an entry on a lower time frame at this level and set a very tight stop loss. This will offer you a much higher risk to reward, but obviously more risk is going to be involved when you take that higher reward play. Moving into silver. So we actually were looking at this a good bit. We hit our take profit here and we thought we would bounce, but we had a strong candle invalidating that first bounce, and then we shortly bounced like directly after that, which just happens sometimes. And then we formed an inverse head and shoulders, as you can see right here. And shortly headed higher. So I'm going to remain bullish on silver, but we obviously are reaching a resistance fractal right now. So we'll see what we do around this level. We already tested it one time. We may bounce and then break through, just like Ethereum, or we may break through in the near term. Gold, we've been waiting for this breakout for a very long time. We got a breakout, retest, and then a bounce off. I am bullish on gold. I think we're going to go back to that local high around the $1,900 mark and continue moving higher. But obviously we may face some corrections in the meantime, but that is my overall profit target, is at least that level. Here is a top crypto project. If you remember, if you are a viewer of this series, you remember we caught synthetics for around 150% gain entering around this level right here. This is my second synthetics entry I'm looking for on the breakout of this. So as you can see, this is a very well-tested support. Once we break out of this resistance and break this high right here, I will be expecting prices to appreciate at least back up to $16, if not back to their high around 28, which would be a fantastic position. And then looking at Bitcoin, we have two clear alternative moves right now. There's only really two things that could happen, and either way, I see us going to 73K regardless of the move that plays out here. So I'm looking for either our corrective wave to be done as shown in the black, and our next move could be taking us higher to that 73K mark, or in the red, I show you our alternative count where we only finished our first wave of the correction. We're gonna have our second wave, wave B, and then wave C before we continue higher. Again, either way, I'm bullish. I'm expecting 73K out of Bitcoin. So traders, thank you again so much for watching. We greatly appreciate your time and your attention. If you enjoyed this video, all we ask is that you please like and subscribe to all of our social media platforms, as we're releasing new content across all of our various platforms every single day. And videos just like this are going to be coming out very shortly on YouTube, I promise. I know I've been saying that a lot recently, but we're soon getting into our strategy for YouTube videos, and we're going to be making a lot of content and value for you guys here. So, as always, on behalf of everyone at Funding Talent, happy trading.